They got a ward.
They are heading up now, though.
Yeah, I don't know if they've spotted Apollo, and you can see Xpecial's hugging the wall to avoid that vision. He's not actually going to be spotted. So in fact, with Smoothie heading towards the top side, Cloud9 call the lane swap, and they get away with it.
Yeah, they do call the lane swap, and pretty intelligent. You know, they definitely do not want to be in this 2v2 matchup. Also, you don't really want to let Rumble kind of free farm and get that level 6, get the spell pen very early on, because that's a huge power spike for him too. C9 is going to try to go for an early greedy camp, but Shen is actually a fantastic double jungler, along with the Kindred, does a lot of percent HP damage with his Q, so they're not going to have no problems at all clearing up this jungle early on.
Yeah, Smoothie, he's trying to do the same thing, but just a little bit too late as Xpecial tries to zone it away. Not quite able to get any. He's just going to take a lot of damage from Impact, who just chases him out of the jungle.
Impact is going to be annoying, but at the same time, there's no real threat without, you know, taunt or without someone else coming back in. So Xpecial knows he's going to be fine. He picks up a little gold, does a little harass, and in the end, it's a pretty even trade back and forth. Yeah. The one advantage, though, C9 was able to take an additional camp on the kind of weak side of the map, so to speak, because they had that Shen. They're able to get the Gromp out pretty quickly, whereas, you know, Ray is not going to be able to help Leash nearly as effectively, and it's kind of more dangerous for them to go for that.
Minor early advantage for Cloud9. We'll see if they can continue to look for these advantages, as so far Meteos farming it up on that Kindred, and Shrimp doing the same, now going to invade. Ah, there it is. The lane swap cams. Everybody shoves those quick tier 1 turrets.
Yeah, so both teams going to be going for the early trade. 3 members whacking away on the turrets, and likely going to have the junglers, you know, come in to support if they decide to keep going. But the most common of lane swaps in NA has really been the kind of 2 for 2. You just take a turret, you back, you go to the other lane, you both trade those. But people are starting to make some adjustments on that because of the priority on the early dragons, especially since it is an Infernal Dragon. That early ADAP, you know, starting to stack that up. People do place a lot of importance on it, so we'll see if Apex is actually willing to swap their bot lane up and try to go for that trade, because it does give C9 the advantage as far as going for the dragon, since their dual lane would be bottom and close to that.
So, looks like recall was completed for Apollo. He's now heading towards the top side of the map. As you can see on your mini-map now, back on screen. Keen going to continue soaking this CS as Jensen shoves wave after wave. And yeah, with the tier 1 secured, junglers are going to get a little bit of a shove, catch up with a handful of minions.
Yeah, so they actually are going to do the swap up, and this does give C9 the ability to try to, you know, move towards that dragon, maybe get that early fire dragon and get that stacking. We'll see if they're able to do it, and if they're going to make the call to try to kind of do it, because it can be somewhat risky early on. You know, if you do get caught taking damage from the dragon, you're not really too strong at this point. People are low level, they don't have a lot of items, so you do take a significant amount of damage.
We'll see if Cloud9 move towards that after taking this tier 1, as early recall from Impact is going to let him catch up much faster than Ray, who's only starting to recall now. He was hoping for a hopeful bit of experience. The lane swap continues as everyone looks to continue shoving those tier 1 turrets, and Jensen doing well against Keen. Oh, he gets stunned and takes a few minion hits, but nothing too exciting is going to happen of that trade.
Yeah, he is doing very well in the lane. He was actually up 10 CS when he based, and he gets the earlier base off. And now he's going to try to kind of freeze the wave in an advantageous position. You know, make Keen put himself in a little bit of a dangerous spot, deny some of his own minions to get ahead as far as XP and gold. So a smart move, and it's something that does somewhat broadcast that Meteos may be coming around mid lane and they may be looking for that gank, but at the same time, once C9 cleans up this turret, they could just go dragon, so they have some options at least, and it just makes Keen think, especially with his team all being topside, he's going to have to play it pretty safe.
You just saw Meteos, very early pink ward. He's going to drop it deep in the jungle of Apex, and with them shoving that bottom tier 1, they're not quite able to break it down this wave. Seems like they have got their sights set on that Infernal Drake after they take this turret, but
I think they're actually too slow, because Apex has done the top turret a lot faster. So because they took a lot longer doing this bottom turret, you know, we already have Apollo recalled. He's already walking his way down there, so we should have the people around in time for Apex to actually try to deny this if they want to go for it.
Yeah, Apex are there And Impact finally going to drop the turret. There are 4 members of Cloud9 on this side of the map right now, but as you mentioned, Apex able to take their turret faster and deny that attempt at an Infernal Drake. Meanwhile, Ray has set up a very comfortable freeze on the top side, and Impact is forced to recall.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty brutal spot for Impact because he's pretty likely to be sent to a lane where he's not going to be able to get much farm, and Ray is already, farming away here. The wave is pushing towards Ray, so even if he does have to kind of back off, he's going to be able to collect a lot of this XP and gold. Eventually, you can see a 16 CS to 3 for Ray and over Impact right now, and it's also easier for Ray to farm from a safe distance because he has those harpoons. You can kind of shoot him out, look for the last hits, and Impact is going to kind of just have to hang around here and wait for the wave to really push in and try to collect some of that CS.
Yeah, currently being denied just a bit. Smoothly will head towards the top side with Meteos as Cloud9 now have 3 members on this side of the jungle. Ray trying to clear out a wolf camp. He will be able to do that. He's spotted.
Yeah, the Wolf Spirit was actually smited away there earlier by Shrimp, so they have that protection in the top side of the map, and Meteos and Progressive Cloud9 was spotted moving in. And Apex, as a result, knowing they're all up there, are going to try to push this in and deny as much of the wave as possible from Impact. They actually have 3 guys down here. If Impact gets denied this wave, this could be pretty bad for him, and this has been one of the problems with Cloud9 is that they're not in position to ever help Impact in these spots, and Impact is actually getting engaged on, does have to flash away.
He just burned his flash.
And he's losing all this CS and experience. This is exactly what TSM did to Impact. And Cloud9, they are getting their own push, but they're heavily sacrificing Impact. He's going to be such a weak player in this game.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
See that bottom tier 2 going to drop. Cloud9, though, are looking for the early inhibitor, and Apex are trying to answer on the opposite side. This is a quick inhibitor rush. Nobody else is recalling. Finally, Xpecial is going to catch up as Meteos gets tagged for a bit of damage. They're trying to break down the tier inhibitor turret, but finally Apex get there in time.
Yeah, they do back off, and Impact, thankfully for him, because Apex did base, he's allowed to pick up a lot of the CS at the turret. Did miss actually quite a lot of that, surprisingly. But anyway, pretty good trade from both teams. It's fairly even on. We do see overall C9 has a gold advantage. Some of that is from Jensen. Also, the stack cards passive, you get extra gold, so a little bit of that is kind of lying to you. But Ray is going to be a lot stronger than Impact early on here, and we'll see if he can get that early level 6, get his spell penetration items, and be a real presence as far as those team fights.
Yeah, Ray looking to scale up. Impact knowing that eventually he will have to face off against Ray's Rumble, going for the early Spectre's Cowl and some armor. It's actually only about 300 gold difference between Ray and Impact after all of this trading. Very close between the two. Even the AD carries are dead even. The big gold lead we're seeing are going to be from Jensen and Meteos in the mid and jungle. Yeah,
one of the problems is obviously the experience, though, as well on Ray. He's full level up, and that's a pretty big deal. Having the equalizer early on can be massive. And Jensen has been sitting, above level 6. He's had his ultimate active for quite some time and hasn't yet pulled the trigger. We'll see when they do go for that, because that's probably going to be when Cloud9 makes their move for that first blood. And Apex is going to have to be careful, because Jensen is always going to be able to rotate faster than Keen. Not only does he have TP, but he has his ultimate, and they can very easily turn a 2v2 into a 3v2, which could be big for Cloud9.
We haven't seen any movements yet from Jensen as he's now completed his Rod of Ages.
Yeah, Rek'Sai up here on the top side, and
he was
maybe be looking to dive.
Impact knows that he was here. He saw him on top of a ward. He's content to just trade it out. I think that was just to make sure that Impact couldn't freeze it.
Yeah, they wanted to get it in, and I think they actually could have gone for that dive had they known where the rest of Cloud9 was, but they don't want to risk it. Meteos starting up the dragon here, but Shrimp is already on his way down, and this could be a pretty explosive fight. It looks like Meteos wants to commit to it. We'll see who gets the smite.
He's trying to solo it. Who's going to get it? It's Meteos. He's taking a lot of damage.
Double ultimate's coming in from Cloud9.
Shrimp has no ultimate. He's tagged, knocked up, and stunned. First blood, Cloud9. Jensen tries to lock down Keen on the side, but he's taking a lot of damage in answer, and Jensen will finally walk away.
Yeah, Jensen's going to be fine. A great job there by Cloud9. Meteos wins the Smite War. Double global ultimates come in, and C9 flexes their muscles there. That's really a big deal, getting those early kills, winning that Smite War, and picking up the early buff.
Yeah, very good early Infernal Drake for Cloud9. Impact, as you can see, heading back towards the top lane with his teleport. But here's that fight once again.
Here it is. Yeah, here it is once again. And Meteos does land the auto smite at a better time. And it's tough because Cloud9 is going to be able to collapse a lot faster. Their bot lane was already there. The TF ultimate comes in. Impact ults onto Meteos. So this was very much a one-way trip for Shrimp unless he just flashed out immediately. Pretty risky play, and it definitely does not pay off. I think that Apex should have just let it be only him going in there. Everyone kind of like backs off, or everyone had to be there earlier because there was no way they were actually going to be able to have a team fight in that position. And now C9 may have caught the Apex bot lane out here. Apollo pretty far up, and he's zoomed.
Yeah, he's out of mana.
I think he's going to get caught.
Let's see if he can escape. He's got flash and heal. There's no tier 1 turret for him to run to. Yeah, Apollo isn't even going to try flashing. Meteos gets the kill.
Yeah, Apollo way too far up there, intelligent to not actually blow the summoners. There was no chance of escape, even if he did. So, you know, that is a little bit of a win, I guess, in a way. But at the same time, Meteos grabs himself a kill. He's already sitting on that Blood Razor, has 3 bounties to his name. Looking great so far for the Cloud9 jungler. And, you know, although Ray is up pretty heavily in farm, Impact has a kill. There's the advantage of the Dragon as well going to him. So there's no real advantages as far as that goes for Apex. Apex is going to have to try to find that team fight and look for the really big, you know, kind of AoE combos. But for C9, they're probably just never going to give it to him, or at least trying not to, and just keep splitting out the map, spreading them open, and looking for those ultimates from TF.
Yeah, Apex definitely going to have to look for it. Shrimp has found Meteos as he base checks into his own side of the jungle. He's got the respite, no longer has any flash. Oh, let's see if he gets over the wall. He does, and Sneaky might be the one who's caught. There he goes. Wait, Cloud9 are turning this around. Shrimp is turned upon. He's still got his flash, but they attack him over the wall. The knockup, and Jensen secures the kill. Smoothie continues to chase
Jensen's
forward.
chasing from the bot side.
Jensen, he's got the gold card. He's going to hit Keen. There's Sneaky, another kill for Cloud9. They're still able to drop Impact, though. Minor consolation prizes. Apollo drops as well. 5-1, Cloud9. They're not even done. It's going to be a chase for Jensen. He's found special flash boomerang, and Cloud9 take 4.
Wow, huge plays from Cloud9 there. They pull off the collapse. A beautiful TP in from Impact coming from the bot side to start that off. And Apex just are not respecting the global ultimates, and the pressure that Cloud9 is putting on with this is huge. They're going to be able to clean up the mid lane turret here too and really extend this gold lead.
Cloud9, very aggressive turn. Apex, we saw them struggle with counter ganks in their games yesterday against Apex. So it was only when they had complete control that they looked like they were having a good time. But now C9 goes in.
Yeah, so Meteos with a very quick flash here. He did get the W down on his Q, so he has the Q reset to get over the wall. And this is where they overcommitted. They chased in too far. Jensen's already behind them. Impact has TP'd in. Everyone from C9 collapses. All 5 members here very quickly. You can see Ray already knows this fight's done, so he's already walking back to top lane to push, and Meteos able to ult there onto Smoothie. Smoothie, I think, eventually did actually get taken out. But, you know, Apollo going to get chased down, and Jensen still with that ultimate available, able to use that and pick up the last kill.
Oh, Impact dueling against the newcomer Ray, the man who was inspired by, let's see if Shrimp can get in there. As Cloud9 turn once again. Shrimp gets caught by a stun, and Cloud9 turn this around. Killing spree for Meteos.
Jeez, they are just killing everybody, and the whole team is getting involved. Kill participation across the board is very high.
Oh, yeah.
The AD carry is actually 100% kill participation right now, so good stuff from Siki, always being in the right place at the right time. Be interested to see if Cloud9 decides to actually go for that Rift Herald, as they have pretty heavy jungle top priority right now. Meteos 303 is going to be massive on the Kindred, and they may want to try to secure that buff for Shen.
Yeah, very strong. But as we've seen, Cloud9 haven't exactly been the best about prioritizing Ray and enabling him to succeed from the get-go. Whereas Ray, on the other hand, gets a lot of priority from Apex. This time, though, Apex have been trying to fight and skirmish without Ray, and they've been punished for it. This Cloud9 turned fight after fight.
Yeah, Impact does get sacrificed a lot by Cloud9, but this game, it seemed pretty deliberate. They were getting even trades on the other side of the map, and he's been able to play it safe. And although he, kind of had to lead a lot of CS, he wasn't giving up any kills. He's picking up farm. He's now even in experience, and he's made great rotations in early Impact with his ultimates.
Yeah, just grouping up with the rest of Cloud9. Next Drake to spawn is an Ocean Drake, and once again, Cloud9 have got deep vision. They're already grouped up with their duo on that side of the map. Quick hop over the wall. Very sneaky play from Meteos and Smoothie, but they're spotted out by Shrimp. But Keen looks for another kill. Shrimp gets stunned, but he's over the wall. Impact even joins in. There's the teleports we were talking about. Special takes a few hits. And the gold card from Jensen does not quite catch anyone as Apex are finally able to get away without losing any members.
Yeah, Ray does have his ultimate, though. They look like they want to chase. Equalizer comes down.
He drops it down. Jensen's kiting it around. Smoothie turns, and Shrimp overextends. He goes down. Impact. Whoa, he's going to be saved by Meteos. Jensen's not done yet. He lands the gold card onto Keen. That Rod of Ages coming up huge. So many bounces on the Ricochet, but they just get the one.
Yeah, Apex really wanted to force something there. They wanted to try to get some kills, chase him down with the equalizer, but Cloud9 was pretty well spread out. They didn't actually get much of a connection. The only person really getting caught by those ultimates was Impact, and that's easily denied by Meteos. So great job once again by Cloud9 extending this lead and gonna pick up another Dragon.
Yeah, very smooth play from Cloud9. This is their second Drake, the Ocean Drake, more sustained. Going to allow them to rotate around even more, whereas Apex, on the other hand, now 4,000 gold down. Meteos even denying the jungle camp. He's going to be caught on by Shrimp, doesn't have the respite, hops over the wall. Ray can't quite catch him. There goes the attack. Oh, finally the execution. Shrimp turns onto Jensen, and that's a quick 2 kills for Apex.
I've been down that road before. You want that bounty. Maybe you died for it, but you're going to call worth. You chalk it up to a little bit of an error there, but that's fine. Meteos goes down, Jensen sure to follow, but Cloud9 are not going to lose much more off of this. You know, the Dragon's not available. They're in place to defend mid lane, and there's not really a lot that Apex can go for unless they want to try their luck at the Rift Herald, but that would be pretty dangerous.
Yeah. Finally able to end the killing spree of Jensen and Meteos. Here that is once again.
Yeah, so he wants the bounty, and this is why Meteos is going so aggressive for it. He does get it, but he's going to pay with his life, and Sneaky sees, ooh, this one's not looking so hot. He's going to run out and leave his boys alone. Meteos does go down, and Jensen, who is there trying to help save him, is going to fall as well. So Apex do strike back, pick up a couple kills, and you know, one thing that has to be mentioned, they're actually not really behind very much in gold. So we've talked a lot about how well Cloud9 is doing, but they're only 1.6K ahead, or you know, well, a little bit more now. But it's not a massive gold lead for Cloud9 because Ray has been farming very well. We see CS advantages, you know, in the top lane, in the mid lane also.
Yeah, some very big advantages for Cloud9. Apex continuing to farm up rather well, putting Keen in that bottom lane to catch wave after wave. Finally, he's going to head back towards the mid and continue farming up. Now we're 19 minutes in. Rift Herald is about to despawn. And so far, it doesn't look like either team are going to get it. Cloud9 going to deny that for Ray.
Yeah.
And not really looking to put that on Apex, onto Impact.
Yeah, no one's going to get it this game, it looks like. There was a bounty on it, so I wouldn't have been too surprised if Meteos wanted to take a stab at it, but will elect not to do so. We haven't talked about it yet, but Ray also with a pretty neat build here. You know, the traditional build had always been kind of, you know, going to early spell pen, whether it's an Abyssal or just like early working towards Leandries and stuff, and just picking up your Haunting Guys. So you have Haunting Guys plus the Sork Boots, very early spell pen, and you can do a lot of damage with that. Instead, Ray elects to go for the Proto Belt, so he can kind of dash in, has a little bit more playmaking potential and chance to kind of get on the back line with that Flame Spitter, building towards Zhonya's now, so he can kind of hop in, drop the ult, turn on the Flame Spitter, and then Zhonya's, and it's pretty cool. May get a chance to see that shown off later on. You know, he hasn't joined a lot of fights, but he is 1-0-1. He's up 40 CS. Ray doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, and from what we've seen from Cloud9, it seems like they're prepared for this. They're continually splitting up. They're not letting themselves get caught out of position by Apex, and they're ready and willing to turn this around. So Ray really going to have to look for an opportune moment to get that AoE combo down.
Yeah, that's what they're always going to be looking for. Apex has a lot of team fight power. Cloud9's always going to have to be careful about that. Even with a gold lead, they're not necessarily going to have easy 5v5 fights. So they need to play it safe. They need to play it careful. And they're doing just that. They have Jensen now starting up the split push. He has his Lich Bane completed. So if he ever gets alone time on a turret, that is going to be toast. And they're going to have Impact able to respond with the ultimate pretty easily.
Yeah, it's going to be a very scary Twisted Fate. Cloud9 getting deep vision in Apex's jungle, but just a few seconds ago, Apex were able to get some wards of their own, so they know that this is going on. They know to play it safe, Apollo trying to catch some minions on the bottom has got to be careful he's not collapsed upon. That's why we see a Special and Shrimp waiting just outside of vision. But nobody's defending mid. Sneaky, whoa, takes some big damage, blows on the hunt. Rylai's has already been finished. Sneaky tries to turn it around, and Smoothie catches up. There's a stand united. They're finally able to drop the turret, though.
Yeah, they do get the turret, and Apex has to back off. Nice ultimate in from Impact, because Sneaky got caught by that Rylai's slow. He would have been in trouble. Impact responds, saved his AD carry's life. They pick up the turret. Good job there by Cloud9. And yes, although Apex was aware of that incursion into the jungle, it was mostly just about getting vision down to allow Jensen to safely split push. And at the same time, while that fight was happening mid lane, Special cleaned out a lot of that vision. You can see that the deep wards from Cloud9 are pretty much all gone. They just have one in the Wraith Pit and one in that kind of banana brush above red. And this pink ward has actually been there for a very long time.
Yeah.
That's something that is always a little bit funny to me when I'm watching pro play, and those stick around, because that's something that you need to be able to kind of train yourself. When you walk by there, when you're walking red, when you're walking golem, just always check that brush. It's so common, and you'll find that a lot in solo queue as well. When players do put a pink ward down there early, you can have it last almost the whole game, even at high elo.
You play a very different solo queue than I do. Your team wards?
I ward.
If the pink ward isn't in the mid lane bush, then there are no pink wards.
Fair enough.
That's the level we're talking about. But Cloud Drake is going to spawn up in 40 seconds. And Cloud9 already putting Jensen on that side of the map. And C9, though, they look to clear out vision on the top side of the jungle. Could be looking for a pick. Might be trying to bait Apex forward. But I don't think Apex are going to fall for it. They've grown wise to these sorts of
But
pick plays.
once again, Jensen back in the bot lane, Impact in the top lane. They're always going to have the ability to collapse with globals, and no one is answering Jensen right now. And as we talked about, Lich Bane done. Once he gets up to this turret, it's going to be taking a massive amount of damage very quickly. The only thing is Jensen does not have a lot of wards, so he doesn't feel safe to actually put too much pressure. So once Cloud9 gets more vision on the bot side, he can push more aggressively, but they can do this kind of back and forth dance, pressure the Baron, draw someone down to the bottom, and have Jensen either continue pushing there or TP up top, ult up top. So they have a lot of options.
Yeah, right now there's no one from Apex to defend that bottom lane. Impact continuing to split on the top side. Apex trying to defend in the mid. It's 1-4 split versus 1-3-1, and Cloud9 will eventually whittle down that bottom tier 2 turret. Apollo's trying to make it there in time, while the rest of Cloud9 are continuing to dance at the Baron. Such clean macro execution, and Apex aren't responding fast enough.
They really aren't. They're just feeling a little bit paralyzed right now. They're not sure where they should go because all this vision has been denied. Cloud9 has full vision control around the Baron, multiple pinks, one in the pit, one outside, so there's no way that Apex knows what's going on inside. And this is really smart play here from Apex, and eventually, or rather from Cloud9, eventually someone has to face check.
Yeah, they're actually going to try countering by shoving down mid lane, but they're against a Sivir, who immediately clears out the wave. Jensen splitting in the bottom will drop the tier 2 with no response from Apex, and Cloud9 take yet another advantage.
Looking good, everything going according to plan for Cloud9 so far. Ray at least got to take out the pink ward in the pit, and Cloud9, does have to worry a little bit about vision there, but instead, Meteo's just going to walk down, take a pretty easy dragon here, as Apollo has base, and I don't think there's going to be any contest whatsoever. So a third straight dragon for Cloud9, and that's a big deal. I mean, when you get to the Elder, if this is going to be a game that goes late, that adds true damage burn, your bonuses get multiplied, so it really does start to stack up a lot.
And it seems like from Apex, we're seeing the same problems that they showed yesterday in their loss against Phoenix. When they're behind, when they don't make a concrete decision, they end up looking a bit paralyzed, and eventually they just end up losing the game from a bit of passive play.
Yeah, to be clear though, they did take that series. They did just lose the one
referring
game,
to the one,
but,
yes.
Yeah. But either way, I do agree. It can be one of the things that some of the teams start to struggle with is when they get behind, they become very scared to make plays, and when you're not making plays, it's very hard to ever get back into the game. So
yeah,
it's something Double was talking about being aggressive, about making plays, being proactive, and it's something that I think all great teams really have to be able to do in order to get back into games when you do fall behind. And we'll see if Apex is able to do that.
Yeah.
They're always going to have a very strong scaling team here.
Yeah,
their team fight is very powerful, and they're not out of this by any means just yet. They're just going to have to find that one team fight and try to get a lot off of it.
Yeah, it definitely could be one of those 40 minutes, 50-minute team fights that they're looking for. Win one and push to end the Nexus, which isn't so common anymore, thanks to a patch a little while ago. But again, Apex might be getting a little bit hopeful with that, as now it looks like Cloud9 split push once again with the 1-3-1, and Apex, they've actually set up a 1-3-1 to try to counter it. Apollo in the top, and Ray is answering Jensen in the bottom.
Keen has now finished up a pretty powerful part of his build. The Rylai's with the perfect hex core means your ultimate moves faster as well as slowing. It's very hard to actually get out of this, but Impact going into all bot lane.
Yeah, he's gonna try to kill. Oh, Impact is going in onto Jensen. There goes Azonia's Ray, drops, misses the equalizer. He's going to go down in just a second. No, the rest of his team collapses, but Cloud9 are rushing towards the Baron on the opposite side as 3. Smoothie and Meteos shredding through. Apollo will head there, and Cloud9 back away.
Yeah, they got it back away. Maybe could have snuck it, but Impact and Jensen, pull the trigger. Jensen actually ults forward while Impact is ulting onto him to close the gap, but the equalizer does not miss. Oh,
Meteos is almost getting solo killed by Shrimp. There goes the teleport. Impact is going to catch up. And Jensen actually is the one who leads the charge forward. Double teleport as Cloud9 are trying to play this global composition.
That's a lot blown, though, by C9 in the last minute or two, and they didn't really get much. So both their TPs blown, both their global ultimates blown. All they really got was a flash from Ray and his ultimate. So a good job by Apex. They're going to take down the mid lane turret, and now they have a little bit of time where C9 does not have this kind of map dominance, where they can't just move around the map so much more than their opponents, and this is going to feel pretty good here for Apex.
Yeah, that mid-tier 1 finally goes down. It's still only a 3,000 gold difference between the two, so Apex don't let themselves get pulled apart by Cloud9's split map movements, and are able to defend and effectively counterattack and take down that turret. So 28 minutes in, Cloud9 still up in kills, still up in Drakes, but haven't been able to crack down into the inhibitors just yet, and Apex continue to wait it out and look for that perfect team fight.
The Dragons are really the big deal so far. That is their main advantage. As far as the kills, as far as the gold, a lot of that is kind of evened out by the team fighting strength of Apex. So it's going to be on Cloud9. They need to look for picks. They need to be able to execute at a very high level, where Apex needs to just have their resources allocated properly, not get pulled apart by the split push, really kind of group and look to get those big team fight wins. And the Baron Pit is a great place to do it. Although C9 is looking to kind of bait them in and make them face check, if C9 gets trapped in the pit against this AoE, it could be really bad.
They've actually found Shrimp. He tosses some damage over the wall. He's going to be spotted out. Cloud9 have got triple pink wards to save uptime on those sweepers, just to control complete vision over this river.
They have full vision denial on the Baron right now. You can see the swap was made by Apex to 3 blue trinkets, so they want to be able to kind of rotate these in, continually check on the Baron, make sure that they're not taking it, but that is the last one that was just used, so now C9 immediately starts up the Baron. They've been tracking this.
Yeah, it's down to about 5,000 health
gone
already. It's getting burned, and Apex can't respond quick enough. Shrimp is over the wall, but it's secured by Cloud9. Shrimp is so tanky, though. He's soaking a lot as Jensen zones away the rest from the side. Cloud9 pick up the first kill of this as Jensen drops the Destiny Gate. Keen gets caught, but Jensen has found Apollo in the back. Exhaust denies some damage, and Apollo is able to kite it out. Finally, he will go down. Ray gets onto the back line of Sneaky, though, before he finally drops, and Jensen continues to dive forward. Another kill for Sneaky, a gold card onto Keen. They drop it, an ace for Cloud9.
Yeah, 5 for 2 for Cloud9. They get the Baron. Huge for them. They should be able to push down mid, clean up that last outer turret. We'll see if they can get more, or if they're just going to try to play it slowly, but at least going to be able to pick up this turret, start getting the waves pushing, and this is going to be massive for their split push.
Yeah, absolutely enormous. We'll see if they can break down any inhibitors. This tier 2 finally going to drop Ray. Shrimp has respawned, so he's heading back down that mid lane. He will be able to catch this wave, but he's up against 2. Yeah, decides not to take any chances, and Cloud9, with Meteos dying, they decide to reset.
Yeah, so here is the fight, and Apex is actually there pretty quickly, but the key moment, look at Keen. Keen is actually so far away from them. He's not able to contribute to this fight at all, and when he comes in, he actually misses a lot of abilities. So, he doesn't really catch the laser there. Then he goes on to Meteos, and Meteos drops the Lamb's Respite. Out of this, Keen actually whiffs another E, and he had a pretty rough fight for himself, and he was showing up relatively late. So it's one of those things where Cloud9 was there first, they got the advantage, but Apex didn't really get to make full use of their teamfight comp, of their AoE, because they didn't have a 5-man squad there. Keen was late to the party, and then was not able to hit a lot of his skill shots.
And with that Ocean Drake, it's the 4th for Cloud9. Teleport's just about ready for impact, so seems like we're probably going to see that 1-3-1 once again, as Ray is already on that top side, trying to get the wave out of there. Baron buff still on Sneaky, Jensen, and Impact. And those are the 3 lanes that they're pressuring.
Yeah, they're just going to spread out the Baron buffs. Impact getting a little bit of vision for himself, making sure he's going to be safe. He does not want to get picked off. That is really the key for Apex, is they're going to try to collapse on these side lanes, get kills, and be able to hold on that way. Because if all 3 lanes get pushed to their turrets with the Baron buff on them, it gets very difficult to actually clear this out. So Apex is going to have to pick their moment. They're going to have to decide, when do we hard engage? Who do we go for?
Yeah, something you mentioned earlier was that they don't have to, they should not overcommit their resources and let themselves get pulled apart by Cloud9. In that fight, that's exactly what we saw. They tried to fight the Baron, but they just didn't have enough people there, and they didn't find the team fight they were looking for, which is why Cloud9 were able to punish. But they might be face-checking a bit too far. Meteos, there's the Stand United and the Respite, and immediately Apex back out. Those are 2 big summoners, but Shrimp is caught over the wall. There goes the Equalizer on top of the Fisher, and they're going to be able to drop Shrimp. Meanwhile, Sneaky and Shrimp, oh my gosh, oh, he survives. The ace in the hole is not enough. And C9 take 1.
They take 1, but very close to that fight being able to go the way of Apex. A lot of summoners blown here on both sides, and you know, the AoE ultimates did come down, but thankfully for C9, they're still pretty healthy. They're pushing in. They have the Baron buff, and Shrimp is down. Apex did get a little bit of time to heal up, though.
Yeah, you can see Cloud9 are trying to regenerate with double Ocean Drake, whereas Apex have got their base right there. So Home Guard going to help reinforce just a little bit faster. And the split push is denied by Apex, catching Cloud9 out of position.
Yeah, Apex actually did a really good job not losing any turrets past that mid lane tier 2 that they lost right off the Baron take. So they do not get their base cracked open. They hold on, and this is, you know, really what they're trying to do. They're trying to get more and more time for their members to scale up and really become those team fight beasts. We saw how close Apollo was to taking out Sneaky. You know, their item or 2, he maybe is able to do that. We have the 80% crit Caitlyn already online. You know, a lot of key items coming in here for Keen and Ray as well. You know, the Rylai's, we have the Zonias as well for Ray, and Lichbane has been completed for Keen, so he's going to have that massive burst on his Q auto.
Very big spikes as Apex are keeping themselves in this. Baron buff has worn off, and Cloud9 reset yet again. Slowly but surely whittling Apex down, but as you mentioned, they haven't lost that critical inhibitor yet, and they still could turn this game around with one big team fight.
One of the tough parts for Apex is that the next dragon is actually going to be Elder. So when the Elder Dragon does spawn, C9 has 4 dragon buffs. Apex is basically forced into a situation where they have to try to deny it, but even if they get it, they get very little from taking it because they don't have any bonuses to multiply, they don't have any additional true damage, so it's going to give C9 multiple chances as this game goes longer to really kind of get those advantageous fights and to force their advantage of having taken these 4 dragons.
Very strong buff. We'll see if Cloud9 will be able to take it as they return back to the exact same strategy that they've tried before, but Apex are already prepared. They've got Ray defending bottom. This time it's Apollo and Xpecial in the mid lane, catching minions, and Keen in the top lane. They've finally grown wise to the split push. Now Baron's up in 90 seconds once again. Cloud9 reset, get some more wards, continue to fight over vision. They could be looking to take that relatively soon and try to close out a little bit more effectively. Yeah, and the Elder Drake is actually going to be up only 45 seconds after that Baron spawn, so Cloud9 could even try to bait between the two with the double globals.
He's still sitting at 100% kill participation. It's pretty impressive.
Oh my gosh, yeah, he is.
He has been involved in absolutely everything C9 has done this game. He's up a massive amount of CS, 90 over Apollo, and has been pretty beastly. 4 completed items for him, a full item up on Apollo. So Apollo has a lot of catch up to do, and Sneaky's ricochet bounces in these team fights are going to be very threatening, especially on those squishy targets in the back line. You know, Xpecial, a bouncer who catches him, he's probably just going to die.
Yeah. Currently 2 levels ahead of Apollo, 5 levels ahead of Xpecial. Seeing some big advantages for Cloud9 as they continue to pressure across multiple lanes. Jensen in the bottom with Teleport and Destiny Gate. Impact now going to group up with the rest of his team.
Yeah, Jensen's level 18. He's sitting on a fully completed build already. He's a full item up on Keen also. So these are some very powerful members for Cloud9, but they are pretty much capped out. The longer the game goes past this moment, the closer Apex is going to get to them.
Oh, and they've caught Shrimp. He's trying to check out Vision for the Baron and gets destroyed by Cloud9. Ray gets in. Huge equalizer goes down, but there is not enough. The respite waits out the AoE. Quick heal for Cloud9 as they get 2 kills.
Yeah, they do get 2 kills. They're going to go straight for the Baron and should be able to pick this up. No chance of contest for Apex. 3 members down. A massive equalizer did come through from Ray, but not enough. Kindred there to deny it.
Yeah, Apex not able to find that team fight. It was too little, too late. And with Baron secured, Cloud9 once again have got control. And there are pings now on the Elder Dragon.
Yeah, long respawn timers, but here is that fight once again. Apex forced into the face check. Shrimp gets caught. He's going to go down very quickly here. Nice Braum ultimate comes in from Smoothie, and now it's Ray's turn. He turns around a massive amount of damage. You can just see the HP bars melting on C9, and this is a fight that could have been won from Apex had it not been for Meteos being there, and now Apex not in position to take the Elder Dragon. They have way too long on their respawn timers. Cloud9 picks it up, and this is their moment to close out the game. Yep. They have Baron buff. They have the Elder Dragon with that 4-stack burn. They're going to be incredibly powerful. This is really the strongest Cloud9 will ever be in this game.
Yeah, 225 bonus true damage for every tick of damage you apply to an opponent. Cloud9 have got the opening to end the game right now. 38 minutes in, they're pressuring forward. Impact is going to pick up one final item as he groups up with his team. They want to still take their time with this. You can actually see the Baron buff minions being the ones to shred through the turret, not Cloud9 themselves.
Yeah, Apex has good wave clear. They're doing a really good job setting up the trap lines, but Cloud9 will simply move to the bot lane where they have a big wave, and they're going to get right up onto this turret. Watch how fast it's going down.
Huge damage from Cloud9. Impact actually charges in and blocks it.
Here we
there
go.
Goes on the hunt. Cloud9 chase Apex back, but they still don't commit. They've dropped an inhibitor. They've caught Xpecial, and Xpecial goes down. Finally, Cloud9 clean up that middle inhibitor. As Meteos is a little split off from his team. He's got a Guardian Angel, though. There goes Impact charging forward. Jensen gets a stun before being stunned himself, as Shrimp will drop. Apollo's already dead to a triple kill of Sneaky. Still 100% kill participation, and Cloud9 are going to drop the Nexus. There's the equalizer, but it is too little, too late, and Cloud9 will take game number 1 over Apex Gaming.
Meteos with the casual 1v4 on the bottom side of that fight.
Yeah.
Says, where's the team at? Everyone comes in, they clean up the kills, they clean up the game, and this was a fantastic game 1 performance from Cloud9.
Yeah, very good performance. Playing the macro plays, playing the communication. We can just move around the map more effectively and more efficiently. In Apex, despite a couple of good answers,